It's Market Day Report. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day. We really appreciate it. Hopefully we're able to bring you some good, useful information, especially when it comes to the markets. All right, speaking of markets, corn market is trading. We've been in the red for pretty much the entire day. This is on the heels of closing higher yesterday on the first day of April. And we also have to remember that the Goldman roll is about to begin as well. So that's something we'll keep in the back of our mind. If you don't know what the Goldman roll is, we'll explain it later in the week and into next week. December corn, $4.48. It is a penny and a half lower. Over to the bean market here at midday, and the November at 10.35 1/4. That's down 4. Soy meal has been lower all day long, and soy oil has been on a rally. It fell lower for a while, but now has rebounded. All contracts in positive territory. The wheat market, though, continuing to struggle, though July Chicago now has tapped up one tick to $5.54 a bushel. Hard red, the July contract, has really been pulling the other contracts higher. $5.80 1/4. That's the new crop up 3.5. And then spring wheat still in the red, $6.39 3/4, down a penny and a quarter. In New York, cotton futures have struggled, down 26 points at 70.55. Those front 2 months, May and July, are both old crop contracts. All right, from the softs over to the energy market. You might not think that there's a direct tie here, but cotton's major competitor, man-made fibers, what do we use? We use crude. May contract 71.43, it's up 23. Gasoline futures have been up 13% this year and continue to move higher. And then nat gas, what's happening there? Higher as well. Good place for us to welcome in Scott Wilson with CHS. And Scott, I've teed it all up. Oh, hey, I like your cow back there, by the way.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there today. Scott's always giving me flack about my background, so I thought he would enjoy that.
Well, make sure you keep it around for when he returns next week.
Yes,
energy markets, what are you watching there?
Yeah, so obviously markets don't like uncertainty. There's definitely a lot of things going on out there in the geopolitical realm. So we've seen a little bit of boost to prices, as you alluded to, the past couple of days. And but then we're kind of sitting here waiting for this afternoon to see what happens with some of that information. But for what's going on, current fundamental picture is supposed to be a pretty tight supply for most of Q2. And then everybody's kind of expecting prices to weaken as we enter Q3. We've got OPEC Plus unwinding their cuts. And then we're expecting some pretty positive growth for non-OPEC production for the second half of the year. So prices should potentially move higher now and then soften at the end of the year.
And I know propane has been one that you've kind of been focused on as well. What's happening there?
Yeah, so propane inventory saw the first build of the season last week, according to the EIA data that just came out about an hour and a half ago. So that's good to see. We're currently about 800,000 barrels below the 5-year average for propane. But we got a weird dynamic going on. Conway prompt propane prices are about 10 cents below the 5-year average. But some of those deferred months are showing some strength. The December Conway contract is about 8 cents above the 5-year average. And that's with relatively soft crude prices. So it's never too early to start thinking about, contracting propane for the upcoming fall-winter season. But we may have to remain somewhat patient this year just with what's going on. So contract prices typically start declining in mid-April and bottom sometime between that time frame and the end of June. So even if crude prices do remain elevated, as you said, it could happen in Q2, barring some large unforeseen event, contract prices for propane should soften over the next few months and present some good buying opportunities in summer for fall, winter.
Scott, great insight, great background, great all the way around. Thanks for the time. Come back and see us. Scott,
Tony, thank you.
Wilson again with CHS. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk livestock futures. Market Day Report continues in a moment.